All right, so today we're diving into something that uh, sounds a little lighthearted.
There's fails.
Nurse fails.
Yeah, those kind of funny stories that go around about things that happen in hospitals.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to take it a little deeper than just, having a chuckle at the expense of nurses.
Right.
We're really using this as a springboard to talk about the realities of the nursing profession.
I like that.
You know what it's actually like on the front lines of healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
And we're taking our cues from this really interesting piece. I found it online, and it's kind of a collection of these, like I said, kind of funny nurse fail stories.
Yeah.
But the way they're presented really makes you think.
Interesting.
So I'm hoping we can do the same for our listeners today, kind of go beyond just the surface humor and really
Yeah.
dig into what these stories tell us about the nursing world.
Awesome.
So I think one of the big things that this article really gets at is this idea that nurses are, on one hand, like superheroes.
They're the ones who are there for us when we're at our most vulnerable.
Absolutely.
But they're also human.
Of course. And make mistakes.
Yeah. And that's such a heavy weight to carry,
Right.
because the stakes are so high in healthcare.
Right.
Even a seemingly small mistake can potentially have huge consequences.
Yeah, like one of the first stories they tell in this article is about a nurse who accidentally hooked up an IV to iced tea instead of medication.
Oh, wow.
Like, seriously, how does that even happen?
I know. It's one of those things where you read and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah,
But then you start to think about the environment nurses work in.
right.
It's fast-paced.
Yeah.
It's chaotic. They're constantly being pulled in a million different directions.
hmm
And sometimes in that kind of environment, mistakes can happen.
That's scary.
It is.
Yeah.
But the thing is, hospitals have all these systems in place to try and catch these errors before they reach the patient.
Oh, like what?
Well, for example, you've probably seen nurses scanning medications and patient wristbands. Oh, yeah, with those little barcode scanners.
Exactly. That's barcode medication administration. And it helps ensure that the right medication is going to the right patient.
That's so smart.
It's really helped reduce errors. And there are other systems too, like computerized physician order entry,
Right.
where the computer system can actually flag potential dosage errors or drug interactions.
Wow, so it's like a whole network of safeguards.
Yeah, they're trying to build in as many layers of protection as possible.
I guess that makes sense when you're dealing with people's lives.
Exactly.
Okay, so moving on to another fail that really made me laugh.
Okay.
This one's about a nurse who tried to take a patient's temperature with a thermometer that was still in the package.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I could just picture it. The patient's probably thinking, what are you doing?
It is funny.
Yeah.
But you know what? It also kind of highlights another big issue in nursing, which is fatigue.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
Nurses work long hours.
Right.
Often overnight, they're dealing with constant interruptions, critical decisions, and the emotional toll can be huge.
I bet.
When you're sleep deprived, even the simplest tasks can become difficult.
Yeah, your brain just doesn't work right.
Exactly. And for nurses, that can have serious consequences.
That's a lot of pressure.
It is.
I mean, the article talks about nurses juggling a million things at once, and I feel like that's not even an exaggeration.
Right. It's not just about medical knowledge and technical skills.
Yeah.
They have to be incredible communicators.
Explaining things to patients and families.
Exactly. Often in really difficult situations.
Yeah, like when someone's just gotten bad news or...
Absolutely. And then they have to advocate for their patients, navigate the hospital bureaucracy,
Mm-hmm.
provide emotional support.
It's like they're doing the job of 5 people,
Sometimes it feels that way, and all while staying calm and professional.
no matter what's going on around them.
Exactly.
One thing I thought was kind of interesting about this whole nurse fails thing is that it's almost like a way of celebrating the humor in adversity.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, these stories aren't meant to make fun of nurses,
No.
but to kind of show the reality of their jobs.
Right, and the resilience they have.
Yeah. And that they can still find something to laugh about, even when things are tough.
Absolutely. And humor is such a powerful coping mechanism.
I bet it helps them deal with the stress.
It does, and it can also help build camaraderie among the staff.
Oh, yeah, like a shared sense of humor.
Right. It can really help them get through those tough shifts.
So there's this other story in the article that I just loved. It's about a nurse who tripped and totally face planted right in front of a group of patients.
Oh, no.
And then she just got up, dusted herself off, and kept going.
Yeah.
Like nothing happened.
Wow.
I mean, talk about grace under pressure.
That's amazing. I think that really speaks to the professionalism of nurses.
Right.
They have to be able to handle the unexpected,
Yeah.
recover quickly, and always put the patient first.
I guess that's what makes them so amazing.
They really are remarkable people.
So we've laughed a little, but I think we've also gotten a really good glimpse into what it's like to be a nurse.
I hope.
And it's definitely made me appreciate them even more.
Me too.
So what do you think is the takeaway for our listeners?
Well, I think it's important for us to remember that nurses are human beings.
Yeah.
They're doing incredibly difficult and demanding work, and they deserve our respect and support.
Absolutely.
So maybe next time you interact with a nurse, take a moment to really acknowledge the complexity of their job
Yeah.
and appreciate the compassion and dedication they bring to their work every single day.
That's a great thought to leave everyone with.
Thank you.
I hope everyone listening will keep that in mind.
I do too.
And thanks for joining me for this deep dive into the world of nurse fails.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you next time.
See you then.